Guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another live video. This topic, guys, I wanted to do it so bad, but my mind was like, no, right? Something is telling me not to do this topic, right? And because I have some free time, like I need time to kill, right? This is the only topic I can think of, right? And this could either work for me or could go against me. I don't know, but we're going to see what happens with this topic. There's a strong calling to not do this topic, but I'm going to do it anyway. Bear me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. I thought I was going to get interrupted. If I was going to get interrupted, because obviously, guys, I'm in the kitchen, and obviously sometimes people need to come in. Yeah, 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys, about the long pause. Hey, Fastbook, how are you? Thank you so much for the like. Tanya, hope you're good. Guys, my head is like a jumble sale at the moment. It's like a jumble sale, but I'm just pushing through life. Yeah, I want to do a lot of decluttering. I could do with that glass of wine though, Fastbook. I could do with a nice glass of wine and some roses, yeah, and some chocolate. Yeah, it would be beautiful, right? Um, as I said that, I could just imagine someone bringing that to me. Yeah. So, guys, sorry about the long pause. I hope everyone is well. I hope you're doing good, Fastbook. Yeah, this topic may not go well for me, or it might work. I don't know, right? I don't really do videos where I'm literally pouring my heart out, right? But we're gonna try and do it anyway. I'm probably gonna regret it later, but I'm gonna try and do this topic justice. I'm gonna try and express myself the best way I can. I'll limit what I say though. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Because the past is the past, guys. I've moved on from the past. If there's anything that I haven't moved on from, it could just be memories or things like that. But, you know, when I say I've moved on from the past, I've accepted that things are over, right? Thank you for the heart. Thank you so much for the likes. I've accepted that things have ended. It's over. And there may be some people out there that struggle to accept that something is over, but you have to know when something's run its course. You have to know when something has been exhausted that much that you can't keep going back to the same dead end situation. Hi, Luke. He loves me not. That's literally a song as well. Yeah. Thank you so much for the likes, guys. So, sometimes you get to a point in your life that you're There's an English phrase. Is it when they say you're beating a dead horse? AP's here. It's like you're flogging a dead horse. What's the phrase? English phrase? Like you're beating a dead horse. Yeah. So obviously I accept it's over. It's not going to work, right? And there may be people out there that are hanging on to things in their life. They need to accept that it's over. Let it go, right? Let it go. Um, yeah, so I'm going to try my best to do this topic justice. I'm not going to go pouring out my heart and be like, oh, right. So as you can see from the title, I think it's he didn't love me or something like that, right? He didn't love me, and I feel like this should be a book or it should be a song, right? Because anyone that's dealing with a relationship or a situationship, guys, this is a new title, situationship. Anyone that's in those kind of situations, friends with benefits, anything like that, right? You'll know the type of relationship that you're dealing with. You know that it's a kind of like a tug of war, right? You're both trying to get your needs met. You're both trying to get things working. It's not gonna work, right? I think a lot of people need to understand that if you're going into a relationship, right, and you're not going to commit, why are you in that relationship, right? You can't expect love from those kind of situations. Thank you so much for the likes. Lick said, okay, we love you. I love you guys too. Yeah, you can't expect love from those type of situations. And guys, I'm gonna go into my situation. Anyone that came from Mark the Messenger's podcast would know that I spoke about a guy in particular on that podcast, right? And the guy knows. He knows I spoke about it because I actually sent him the link. I was like, look, I spoke about you here. Um, yeah, that's funny. But hi, Atif Iqbal, how are you? Yeah, so it was like I was talking about him and he doesn't know. He knows, right? And this was a guy that I met in my 20s, right? Thank you for giving me a like. It was a guy I met in my 20s, right? And I don't look at past relationships like errors. I don't look at them like a regret. I don't do that. Because I understand that some things have to happen the way it does. And the person you become, it needed to happen is what I'm trying to say. Like what you gain from the situation helps you to become the person that you are today, right? And with that person, I think what happened with me, I grew a strong attachment to that person because I could see how they actually became a vital point to my spiritual journey. So I had a spiritual awakening when I met this person, right? If you said that word situationship is literally ridiculous. Like even children in school are actually having better relationships than some of these adults. Even children are committing right to actual boyfriend and girlfriend, and you've got adults literally can't even do that. Why do women like men? Because men sometimes frustrate us, guys, and it's like that love and hate relationship. I watched a stream yesterday. Oh, thank you so much, Atif Iqbal. Thank you so much for saying you loved it. I can't remember what I did on the stream, but yeah. L, not a loss, it's a lesson. I like it. Don't be using that on your job position though, AP. Sorry, I just had to do that. You said it was great. Oh, was it when I was singing? Was it the singing one, Atif Iqbal? So I know I did a singing live. That was so cringe. Um, right. So, oh yeah, apologies to you as our AP when I left that last live video. Do you remember? I was in the doctor's surgery and then I had to call my friend, and then obviously I couldn't get back on the live, and then I met with my friend and it was just all chaotic from there. So I do apologise. Oh, thank you for saying you love my voice. Luke said drink water. Luke is always reminding me to drink water and I don't drink enough of it. Thank you so much for saying you love my voice. That's really sweet. Yeah, so so I met this guy in my 20s, right? And I would say that I fell in love with him, guys. Yeah. I would say I fell in love with him. Um I'm not going to use this video to bash him in any way whatsoever because that's not fair. He's not here to defend himself, right? He's not here to speak about what went wrong and what was right. It's only fair if I want to talk bad about him or say anything against his character, he should be here. Apologies for what? Oh, for leaving the live early, AP. fell face first in love. I fell drunk in love, guys. I was drunk. Saw this guy, actually fell in love. Drunk at first sight. And yeah, I literally had flashes of my future with this person as I was drunk. So I literally pictured them as my husband. Seen everything with this person, yeah, whilst I was drunk. So you can imagine, I was like, yeah, that's the one, right? What was weird was I thought that was the one, but in reality, it was going so bad. Everything was going so wrong, and I just couldn't understand why is my vision not going to plan. Where did you get necklace? It's so pretty. It says love, guys. I got it from Warren James in the UK. It was on sale, and I was like, I've got to have this. I brought it for Jamaica, and it's become my signature necklace. So it says love, and I had like a ring as well, but I never wear the ring, because I'm always constantly washing my hands. Fell so ways, drunk in love. He actually spotted me first. This guy did. Oh, AP said you're entitled to leave anytime you want. Right, you're so sweet. I'm in the UK right now. I'm glad you're in the UK, Atif Iqbal. Yeah, so he spotted me first, right? Oh, thank you so much for saying I'm gorgeous. What did Luke say? Okay, so yeah, so with this guy, I would say I was very immature, right? And this is I'm not saying I'm immature in terms of this is why things went wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that how I would have viewed this relationship. If I was to view it now, that relationship wouldn't have progressed because I would know straight off the bat that person is not the one. But back then I was like really head over heels. Back then I would always fall in love with a guy on holiday, right? I'd go abroad and I'd fall in love. I loved holiday romances back then. I always fell in love with some guy abroad, right? And this guy happened to be very, very different. I believed that he was interested in me. Thank you so much for the hearts, right? Whether he was or not is irrelevant right now. Hi T. But what's the comment saying? Thank you for saying cutie Luke. Grimsby beat Manchester United. I didn't watch it. Was that really the score? 12-11? 100. Big in Tanya. Thank you for saying big up Tanya. Thank you so much, Facebook. Love equals evil. Hi T. Luke said 4 for me. IAP said, damn, he must be kicking the ground for letting you go respectfully. Shake my head. Thank you so much a lot, guys. I don't believe he is. I'm trying to do this without bashing anybody. I feel like the guys in my past, I don't know if I was the problem in the relationship or if they were. And when I say relationship, we were not in a committed relationship. But I always felt like I don't feel like any guy looked at me and said, yeah, she's the one, right? I never got that impression from some guys. With that guy, I do believe he had feelings for me, right? No doubt. But looking back now, there's no way I would have got a relationship out of this guy. That's not what he's looking for. And that's why this title says he didn't love me, right? I think it was so hard because there's a lot of females out there, right? Let me check my food on another 1 second. There's a lot of females that I speak with, especially online, people that I know in real life or if I speak to them online, and I see that version of myself in them, where they're madly in love with a guy and the guy has no interest in them, but they still love him, they still want this guy. And I see that element and it's like I really want to rescue them. I want to tell them, look, move on, do this. Thank you so much for the emojis. But it's like I can't do that for them. They have to learn that for themselves. And I feel like with that guy, he was a vital point for me. Like it meeting him was a reason why I am here now. Like, I am someone that's very strong today. Um, he changed my life, right? The whole, if I didn't meet him, right, guys, there would be no videos like this. There wouldn't be, I wouldn't be the person I'm today. Definitely life changer. I should have done a video about that actually, 'cause that's really moving. Um, but even though it got to the point in relationship where I knew that I was no worth to him, I knew that he didn't really value me. He didn't treat me bad, but yeah, enough for me to realise that I'm not what he's looking for. I would stay. That's the sad thing about it. I would actually stay in that situation. And it was so hard to get out of it because sometimes people get attached and they don't want to leave relationships. Is Sky Eye here? Someone said hi, Sky Eye. I can't see Sky Eye in the comments. Ati, thank you so much for saying you like my top. It's actually a dress. I'll show you. Right, let me see if I can show you guys. Right, it's actually a dress. Oh, you guys, I showed you guys my dress yesterday. It's the same one. Show you guys. Oh my gosh, it's actually a dress, guys. It's actually a dress. I'm trying to jump. I'm so funny. I'm trying to show you the length of the dress. It's actually a dress. Can you guys see that? Yeah, it's a dress. I can't show the length. I'm trying to show the length. Yeah, it's actually a dress. You can see. Maybe you guys can see. That's so funny. I'm literally trying to show you guys the length of the dress. My phone is gonna fall. I need a tripod, guys. Okay, you guys are not going to see it. It's basically, it's not that long, but it looks long on the camera for some reason. It's basically a dress, but thank you so much for saying you like my top. Oh, it's penalties after 2-2 draw. That's amazing. Penalties are so exciting to watch. No wonder that guy fell in love with you. You're so pretty. I don't know if he fell in love with me, though. I actually don't know. Someone said big up fish and chips. That is a green tick. You actually take accountability on your half of your situation. Thank you for saying that, AP. I wasn't someone that was looking for a committed relationship back then anyway. But I was that type of girl that would still fall in love, and then I was so used to holiday romance where it was kind of reciprocated. Do you know what I mean? Like you feel like you're both enjoying the vibes, whether they're really interested in you or not. It didn't really matter to me because I just liked the feeling of being in love. But then this guy was like, he was no longer entertaining that. So it was like a wake up call to me. It was like a culture shock. I was like, wait, why is this guy not behaving like everyone else? Latif is late to the party. Tanya is stunning. Oh my gosh, you actually think you think I'm stunning. Thank you so much. She's one cool lady. I'm so glad I subbed. I can't say the word. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. Under that, you're so pretty. Thank you so much, Atif, Iqbal. I had bangers with mushroom, onion, half gravy, half. You always have like you always cook up a good dish. MT. No one that guy fell in love with you. So gorgeous. I don't think he fell in love. You guys are so sweet. You guys are like boosting me up in these comments. 1 second, guys. My lasagna is done in the oven, so I'm gonna wait for it to cool down. I won't ask anyone on a date until I get a Lamborghini. So basically, I want to have a date. You're not supposed to date though, Luke. It's not meant to be biblical. It's not biblical to date, apparently. I mean, each year, and if people want to do that, there's no rules against dating, obviously, but it's not really how they did it in the Bible days. Thank you so much for the hearts. What do you mean? I hooked also. What do you mean, Facebook? Is Tim here? Thank you for calling me gorgeous, Atif. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for saying lovely dressed here. I'm trying to get through all these comments. Luke said dress hall. 8% no, don't jump again. I was so scared. I was like, oh my gosh, Tanya, what are you doing? What are you doing? Show the curves, not the T is so funny. Um, oh, thank you for the roses. No guy has ever brought me flowers before, just so you guys know. I haven't been, that's why I said I haven't been treated in the way that I felt like I'm receiving love. Like, no guy is actually, I feel like if a guy was to do that when I was in my 20s, I'd probably friend zone him anyway. Um, Facebook's a Tanya, good laugh. Thank you so much. Oh, Atif said yummy lasagna. Do you want some, Atif? Come and get a table. Come get a chair and table. Come and get a chair to sit around the table and have some. Irish bar, Katie O'Brien, Irish Tavern. Are you at a bar, T? Luke said I don't date. Tanya, can you jump again? I'm not going to jump again. I might fall flat on my face. Oh, I know O'Neill's in Broad Street. I know that place. It's such a small pub, isn't it? It's so small. I remember we had to go in there before and it was so rammed out. There was no way we could get in. It was meant to be part of a bar crawl as well. Couldn't actually physically get in. Tanya's a Jamaican. Luke, I wouldn't go that far. I'm not that stunning, but thank you so much. Tanya's a Jamaican Marilyn Monroe. That's funny. No, why did no one give you roses? I've been given roses like like if I'm on the street, the people give you roses. Tell a lie. I remember when I was in Greece on a party holiday and I was going to a club and a guy gave me a rose. But I don't know if he got it for free and he literally gave it me and I didn't know who he was. And I remember bringing it back to my hotel and I took a picture of it for Instagram. I was like, look, a guy gave me a rose, right? And that's the only reason why I remember it because I took a picture of it. If I didn't take a picture, I wouldn't remember. Luke said jump 10 times. That's really funny. I'm not doing that. Asif said you deserve 1 million roses. That's so sweet. It's so sad that roses die so quick. Yeah, so back to the topic, guys. That he didn't love you. I think for me, right, it was a really big roller coaster for me because it was like, yeah, so it's like a tug of war, right? So my emotions were already locked in with this guy and realizing that he didn't, I was very patient. So I think the way the relationship was, I would argue a lot with him, right? It would make me go so crazy. And the thing is, when I'd see him, he was very calm. Everything was fine when I'd see him. So I would then feel bad for the way I reacted on the phone. Like if I argued with him via text, he would never do phone calls. So there was no way to resolve any issues. I was starved of love. I was so starved. Yes, it was very toxic AP. I would feel that I was very like starved of love. Like I knew I deserved more. But in the moment there was, you don't know what to do. You don't want to let go of the person. But I do remember feeling starved. I had a lot of negative emotions. I remember when I stayed where he lived, right? And I just remember like one day just crying. I remember getting ready in the afternoon, and I remember taking pictures as well after crying. And yeah, I just broke down and cried. I was on my own crying, and it's just so sad that I'm crying. And you're supposed to be happy if you're with someone. You're supposed to be happy feelings, and I just remember feeling like that. Yeah, so that wasn't nice. And the thing is, I'm not going to sit down here and blame the guy because at the end of the day, women tend to choose these kind of partners. And it's like, I learned to suppress my emotions. I learned to be cold like him because that was the only way for it to work. So I had to be like a male, ignoring my feelings. I had to be cold just to keep the peace. And it's like, he's someone that would be in my life today if I let him. He was that kind of person that he's always going to be there. And I don't mean be there like loyal, like if you need him, he's there. It's not that kind of be there, but he's going to be in your life. You get that one person that's always in your life, and it's a dead end relationship, but they're still there anyway. yeah, that kind of thing. Um, did that relationship break me? At first, I thought it did. I thought that I'm not going to be able to have any relationships moving forward. Um, did it break me? No. Um, I now look back at it and I'm like, okay, I understand why it went the way it did. Um, I'm so much mature now, obviously, but looking back, if I stayed in that now, my life would be the same. There would be no growth. You're in the wrong relationship where um, it's not growing, it's staying the same, it's the same boring thing happening over and over again. There's no growth. I can't be in a situation where there's no growth because I'm someone that likes to keep moving forward. Um, that's why, if you notice, guys, I don't really talk about my past much because I move forward from it. I keep my life going. That's the kind of person that I am. I don't like to stay stuck on past situations. I understand sometimes I might look to the past and think about it, but I am someone that likes to keep moving forward in my life. And I do, maybe when I'm doing that, I'm not healing, but I can't stay in the past. I have to keep going forward. And I think in that kind of relationship, there was no way to move forward. Thank you so much for the likes. Um, it's going to be the same outcome. I'm tired of the same outcome, right? It's not about what you want. It should be about what you both want. And the fact that there's no communication on that is red flags. It's alarming. Let me read the comments. Right, there's a lot of comments here. Facebook said topic is Tanya is effectively gorgeous. My phone is on 15%. It's just sent an alert on my phone. Thank you for the heart, Facebook. Northern Bars are in Birmingham. Yes, T. Sorry, guys, I have to go. Bye. Oh, see you, Atif. Iqbal, I'm so sorry. I never got a chance to say goodbye to you at the time. Guys, I do worry that if I get like so many people on my live videos, I won't be able to respond to all of you because I'm even struggling now. Yeah, it was very toxic AP, but it was the making of me. It was the making of me. I needed that toxicity in my life to shift my life into a new direction. Yeah, the person I became, guys, I became such a great woman because of it. I wouldn't blame it just on that situation, but there was a lot of things going on in my life at the same time as well. And I had a spiritual awakening, and I was dealing with so much chaos in my life, and it was so hard to be happy. And then I got into psychology, I got into connected with God. I ended up on tarot cards as well. That's another long story. Tarot cards actually got me out of that relationship. I don't recommend tarot cards to anybody, but because of tarot cards, I left that relationship. I had to just leave it. Tarot cards was like, cut it off. Hi, Stop Motion. How are you? T said daddy long legs. That's funny. Never entertain toxicity. Your mental health will go through the roof. It's Dr. Snitch Slide, Temu. Stop Motion said Temu. Oh, T, so like the bikinis, yeah, I was always, yeah, they all saw me in the bikini. AP said, you're so kind. It's so hard to find people who take accountability on your behalf. I don't, yeah, I do like to put my hands up to things that I realize I've done wrong because in my if my relationships are toxic, guys will highlight what I'm doing wrong. They never fail to do that. They will call me out for it. So I'm always aware of when I'm doing wrong in that case. Whether they tell me everything I'm doing wrong, I don't know, but yeah, they will highlight it. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. That's funny. Stop motion. Gorton tag. Stop motion. At a standstill when you can't move forward, stagnant. Yeah, I do understand that some relationships might hit that phrase where it goes stagnant, but when you have an issue with the relationship, you have an issue, you're not happy in it, and then you see that person's not acknowledging your feelings, and they want the same outcome. That's when you just know that it's not going to work. It's a dead end. They don't want marriage. They don't want nothing moving forward. So why am I actually here? I even remember explaining to them that, look, you're a man, it's okay for you, but I'm getting older now and I'm going to need an actual relationship. When I met him, that's when I realised I actually wanted a relationship. So I went from being a non-committal person to realising that, no, I was like, nah, I want a actual boyfriend, and I actually managed to get one after that. But yeah, he came back into my life when I actually moved on and found someone new. That's when he popped up, right? And I was just like, oh my gosh, you actually kidding me? What if two want you? Can you pick both? Um, I kind of had to, I have guys. I shouldn't say this because this is not funny. I have two guys in my life right now at the same time, and it's actually confusing the hell out of me. Because I want to be single. I want to be single. Can you pick both? I think it's wise to decide who you actually want. Um, I don't think you should pick both. Um, oh, part of me wants to tell you to pick both, but I can't say that. Um, stop motion speaking German. Come back later around 4ish. I can't do 4ish. I didn't even sleep last night, guys. I slept at like 6 a.m. I was talking to somebody on Instagram about their problems, and I was like, damn, I haven't even slept. But we were not speaking all night, but the time when they messaged me was after 5 a.m. and then I stupidly stayed up talking to them. AP, thank you so much for saying that. You said, I don't know you personally, but you have a good mindset. I think it took me a long time to get to this position. What's really hard for me now is that even though my mindset is like this, I still have issues with people. And when I say issues with people, I feel like if a man has a if a man has a disagreement with me, he can't understand when I'm trying to explain things to him in a fair manner. So men tend to then start judging me, they start labeling me a certain way, and they start tarnishing me as a bad person, which is so frustrating because how I'm talking to you guys is how I try and be with everyone. Like how I am now is how I try and be with everyone. I try and be fair and equal. And then if sometimes men, then they don't like the fact that I'm expressing to them, like being like my mindset is clear, then because they can't understand me, then they try and be like, oh, you're bad, right? I don't know. Each to your own. Team talk with Tanya. I tend to just it out with my women. Hi, Atikan. I tend to just jiggity it out with my women when we have issues. What do you mean? Like talk it out? What's jiggity? Why am I getting the wrong end of the stick? No, I'm watching in my car now. I have no money in it. I'm gonna be back in bed yet, and I don't think I'm gonna sleep now. I was just joking. So to work, but I don't think you're okay. You've lost me. Stop motion. I'm watching in my car. You what? Are you currently in your car now? You're gonna have to pop the balloon then if you can't pick both. I actually don't. I don't want none of them. I don't want any of them. They're not. They're not. They're not my future. I just know that they're not my future man. Um. Yeah. They're not my future guys. I already know. Um. But it's so confusing because I just feel like so many men are coming at me, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, guys. It's not. Do you know what, guys? I don't think it's the men that's the problem. I think it's the fact I'm trying to get my life sorted. I think that's what it is. But guys, I'm going to wrap this video because I got my lasagna over there. I wish that I already ate my dinner because I could have spoke longer to you guys. But when I eat my dinner, I'm going to try and do another live video. I'm going to try. I hope you said wow. Yeah. So um. Yeah, so to summarize this video about he didn't love me, I think there was a lot going on. I was up and down. Like, obviously he would make me believe that he liked me, right? Whether he liked me or not is irrelevant, right? But the point of this is that I'm realizing that he didn't love me, which is hard because if someone was to come and tell me that in the moment, I think I would have been so heartbroken. Love was never discussed between me and him, right? It was never like we never said I love you to each other, right? But I would say I did love him. I would say that. And the problem is when you don't express emotions to people, it stays trapped inside. So I would sometimes have an outburst. When I say outburst, I would randomly tell him how I'm feeling, and that would be ignored. Do you see the concept? So because it was ignored, you start to realize the blindfold comes off your eyes, and you start to slowly realize that this relationship isn't what I think it is, and you start to finally wake up. And then it's, sometimes you're in a relationship where you start to wake up. This is mainly geared towards women. Women will understand what I'm talking about. You start to wake up, but then you're in the relationship where you want to leave, and then you don't know when to leave. It's raining men for Tanya Beauty, and that's so sweet. I wish. Yeah, it just feels like there's a lot of men. Atakan said, I find that hitting the Goldilocks zone helps whenever needing to deal with issues regarding my ladies. What's the Goldilocks zone? Please tell me what that is. T said hi. Yeah, so it took me, I don't know when I would have come to realization that he didn't like me, but I think the disappointments when they would come, I would call him out for it. Yes, I would say to him, look, you don't treat me right. I would tell him, like when I see that he wouldn't make much effort with me and I was making more effort, I would call him out for it, and then he corrected it. He traveled to me after that. I was like, I always travel to you, and then he traveled to me. Like, he made a big effort. And I feel like if I didn't tell him that, he probably wouldn't have done it. What's sad is, like, I've spoken to him, I think it was last year. I wrote to him last year and he wrote back. And he's stood in the same position in his life, not in terms of like career or anything like that. I mean, in terms of women, he doesn't want to commit to any woman. And I just thought to myself, what a waste. He's not a waste of person, but it's just so sad when there's men out there, right? They don't want to be in love, they don't want a relationship, they're getting involved with women, there's not going to be no commitment. What is the point in doing that? And the thing is, like, I find that people that are doing that, women do it too, but people that are doing this, they don't want to grow up. You've got to grow up to be in a relationship. You've got to be mature to be in one. And the fact that you think that you can waste someone's time, because I wasted 2 years on this guy, because he wanted me to be loyal to him, right? And this is the thing, you have to be careful what you say to people in relationships if you're not going to commit to them, because you're stringing people along and you're saying things that's going to make them stick around longer, right? And AP said a woman would check out of a relationship and still stay in it. Sad. Yes, they do. They do. They mentally check out, and the thing is, like, men don't even know. We can literally like be smiling and laughing with you, but in our heads we're so done. We're actually done. That can usually happen if you're not talking about the problems in a relationship, or if you're doing something continuously that she doesn't want you to do and you're still doing it. If you're not caring about her feelings, she'll be so done. Sometimes they may drop hints. Sometimes women will drop hints, say that I will leave if you don't change this. And then when they're saying that, it's like a threat. But sometimes threats do happen, right? Do come true. But yeah, women are always constantly changing their minds. Women never stick to the same decision. Like, she can love you today and hate you tomorrow, and you haven't done nothing wrong. Women are literally like this. They change their minds so much. Be careful, because if women have a man snooping around her, that man will be able to snatch her away. Because, for example, say if you're not giving her any attention, right, and she wants attention, and then that man starts giving her attention, she's going to start looking towards him, just so you know. Yeah, so, but yeah, women would check out relationships. Some of them don't, though. Some of them check out, but they stay in it because they still want it to work, right? You see these women that tend to stay in toxic relationships longer because they want their relationship to work, unfortunately. They really want this to happen. And some people are scared to leave because that means starting again with someone new, starting to explain yourself to someone, meeting them all over again and then explaining this is the person that I am. And the thing is with this guy, I had lots of attachments to him, but I like the fact that he knew me I always had a vision in my mind that if I met a guy that I really loved, he knew this version of me, and that guy knew that version of me. Um, Message to all men: take threats seriously. I love you, AP, and listen to your woman's needs and wants. Trust. Yes. Um, but if you, my advice to men is, and I know they say women shouldn't give advice to men, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. If you feel like the woman is demanding way too much and you feel like it's gonna put you out of who you are, um, sit down and be honest with her and say, look, this is how I am. I can't, you know. But if you feel like she's going to keep pushing you to be something that you're not, you might want to consider if that's a relationship that you want to be in. Um, because the bad thing about women is men will tell women what they don't want, and women still pursue them. Um, so women try to control the relationship, just so you know. Um, yeah, but obviously, if you are being true to, this is why men have to be true to themselves. You're being true to yourself, and it's still not good enough for her. Maybe that's not the relationship for you. You want to be with someone that actually appreciates you for who you are, and that's vice versa. That applies to women as well. Um, but yeah, this topic has been really interesting. I wish it was longer now, but I've got to eat. It's coming to 12 o'clock. I haven't had my dinner yet. Um, but hi, Yaba, how are you? Thanks for the like. Yeah, realizing that not everyone that you get in a relationship with is not going to always love you. Um, realizing that this isn't love. Um, for some people, it takes them ages to realize that this isn't a relationship. This isn't going to work, and that's okay. Some people never realize it. They stay with someone for years, and it's so sad they waste their time on someone. How to know if someone's wasting your time is a really good question. It depends on the person's needs and wants. If that person is really not going to give you what you want, they're not going to commit to you. There's a lot of people that are boyfriend and girlfriend for 20 years, and there's no proposal. I shouldn't laugh at that. I should not laugh at that. Guys, it's one of those, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Thank you so much for the hearts. There's Let that sink in. There's people that are boyfriend and girlfriend for a good 20 years. And you hear them saying, oh, well, I don't want to get married anyway. Let's be honest, you do. Uh, both parties are responsible for their own happiness. Yeah, you should know how to be happy on your own, and your partner can't make you happy. Yes, I agree. If you're not happy within, yes, your happiness should be within. My happiness is God though, because I feel like now that I know that God loves me, I don't need men's validation. I don't need anything from men in that sense. I'm not gonna be like, oh, if a man comes into my life and he provides for me, I'm not gonna be like, I don't need a man. I don't mean like that. I just mean like God gives me everything that I need. If a man is providing for me, that is God providing for me. I don't see it like, oh, he's providing for me. I see it as God's blessings. There's a difference. Um, do I agree with you, AP? Yes, I do. Yaba said, greetings, Sister Tanya. Blessings be with you. Thank you so much for the wisdom and mwah, mwah, mwah. Many blessings to you as well, Yaba. Guys, I might have to, what should I do? Should I do a part two to this? Because this is a good live video. I don't want to end it now. It's getting good. I do need to eat my dinner. As you can say, elaborate on the God's blessings be. Of course I will. As you can, what religion are you? Are you Muslim? What are you? Wait, was you the Hindu? I can't remember the religions of some people in this life. You definitely don't even. I feel that's so sweet. Yama said yes, a part two, please. We need a part two. What's agnostic again? Was that when you wait, I can't remember. There was someone else on my live that was a Hindu, but they chose to do um I can't remember who it was. It definitely wasn't Atacount, it was somebody else. I don't know what agnostic is. Guys, please bear with me. 1 second, guys. I'm literally back, guys. I'm so sorry. Stephen, are you still here? I do apologise. I had to sort myself out because I got my dinner here. Tanya, like, life's so busy. Literally, like, you know, the thing is, during the day, like, people come on, but it's not that demanding. But in the night, I can't get to do what I want to do, guys. Even though I love it, I love talking to you guys. It's like hard, right? Um, I think it's only busy though because I came on a bit earlier tonight. You're still here. I do apologise. I was getting myself sorted out because I got my lasagna here. I did want to like sit down and eat, but you know, this topic is getting hot now. So obviously, you guys, if I end this live, I'm gonna do hello Chef Tastic. If I leave this live and do another one, it's not gonna be the same type of topic. It feels so good to eat, guys. Stephen said it's no need to apologise. Guys, I might just sit on the floor. I might just sit on the floor, guys. I'm hungry, guys. I haven't had no dinner yet. This is like the first time I'm probably having dinner. Oh my gosh. It's so good, guys. I would give it to you guys, but I want it all for myself. I always said, like, in this kitchen, we need a stall. If I had a stall, I could eat and talk to you guys. Guys, you know that I usually, like, if I need to eat, I usually end the live. Because this topic is getting hot. Yes, I'm always so sorry, AP. I'm always doing it. I literally seen on Instagram, like, this lady, I think she's from Leeds. She posted up Leeds Carnival, so you was right that it's today. Yeah, but there's so much I want to say on this topic about. I might just catch you guys here. Yeah, there's so much that I want to say on this topic about. No, I can't be here. 1 second. Yeah, there's so much things I want to say on the topic about he didn't love me, right? And what's important is that when I'm talking about these, I don't want to feel sorry for myself because why are we feeling sorry for ourselves? It's like, it is what it is. If I was to meet that guy again now for the first time, right, I would have swerved him. I would have been like, yeah, you're cute, but you're not for me. I'd have been like, see you later, goodbye. You guys will probably hear me eating. I think you guys can hear me eating. What did you guys have for dinner today? What did you guys have for dinner? You know what? This takes me back to my childhood when my mum would be like, don't eat and talk. She'd be like, you're going to bite your tongue. You had chicken curry. That tastes nice. That was really nice. Yeah, but we were talking about a topic. Is King Yabba still here? We were talking about like wait, Atikan asked me a question. Atikan said, elaborate on the God's blessings. And I asked Atikan what religion they are, and they said agnostic. I don't know what religion that is. But if you want me to elaborate on God's blessings, I can do that for you. I'm just trying to think, what was the God's blessings about? Is it because Yabba said blessings? Blessings be with you. AP said it would have been like, see how much I've grown since you took my love for granted. Um, the thing is, right, I want to say it would be like that, but guys, thank you so much for likes. I still have this like innocent kind of like love for him. When I say love for him, I'm not saying I love him, right? But I have this respect for him, which is really strange. So it's like I couldn't even have that kind of attitude towards him because of how he is as a person. Like I still see the good in him, right? I think that's my downfall. I see the good in people. Depends who it is though, but because of the relationship that we had and the respect I have for him, right? I want to be like, oh look, because um he never expressed to me that he loved me. Oh, guys, he didn't express to me that he loved me anyway. So, because of his banter, he has banter. I kind of go for goofy guys. I kind of go for guys that are so silly, right? I don't know if I would in the future, but like back then, I always go for guys that have kind of banter to them. So because of his like nature, he's very goofy and silly. Um, so it wouldn't have been like a serious conversation with him anyway. But when I'm serious, like when I literally give him a lecture, he actually takes it on board. If I call him out on something, he changes his ways on certain things. Um, so for like back then, I could get guys to like do what I wanted in a certain way, right? If I call them out on something, they change their ways. But it would have been like, see how much I've grown. I feel like um I don't know if you've seen how much I've grown. Like I know you're not saying that quite. I know you're not saying that, but I don't know if he's seen how much I've grown though. But he definitely knows that I'm unavailable to him. Um, he still feels like he's still waiting, guys. He's still waiting for me to come back into his life and be that same person again. And I've literally let him know over and over again. I was like, no, we're not going back to that. Um, but be like, see how much I've grown since you took me over. He knows that I've gone closer with God. He knows that I don't know what he knows about me though, but he would definitely know that I've changed as a person. Yeah, most definitely. But he was still trying to drag me back to my old ways, and I'm just like, nah. Um, agnostic means unsure if they believe in God or not. Ah, I didn't know that. That's interesting. I didn't know that one. This was so good, guys. So in that sense, Stephen, it'd be hard for me to explain to them what God's blessing is then, if they don't know, if they're unsure if they believe in God or not. AP said, yeah, you're a naturally clean-hearted, good-hearted person. I was the same, just beware. I'm glad that you say that because there's a lot of people that try and label me as something different. And sometimes it takes a while to figure out who you are because of people constantly trying to label you a certain way. 1 second, guys. Guys, give me like a few minutes so I can like chug this down and eat it. I'm still here. I'm just going to eat. I'm going to crouch down and eat, guys. Guys, I have a question. I have a really good question. So for everyone on here, right? This is a question if there was someone from your past or someone in your current situation, if they were to change and become what you actually needed, right? If they was to become that dream partner, uh, who would it be? Who would you take them back, right? Would you take them back if they became that dream partner? Who would it be and why? You guys ready for this? So, if there was someone that's from your past or from your current situation, if they were to become that partner that you really wanted them to be, right? Would you take them back? Would you go back to them? And who would it be and why? AP said no. AP, I know you're lying. I know you are lying. I know you don't go back to exes, but if they were to become completely transformed and become that person that you was actually looking for, I know you. You know what? If you're not lying, I do apologize. Sky said, "Hell yeah." Who would it be, Sky, and why? This is so interesting because I was thinking about it from my situation with the guy I'm talking about, and I was trying to envision like if he was to be someone that'd be like, Tanya, I'm ready to take you serious. I want a relationship with you, right? I kind of think that my head would be turned, right? I'd be thinking, wow, he actually wants me now, right? That's quite scary to think. I think I'd be like, wow, like it'd be like I wouldn't want to miss that chance kind of thing, and that's quite scary because I like the fact that he's not being like that because he's not good for me. AP goes no chance. AP's really stuck in his ways. Sky said my old ex because we did stuff. We did fun stuff. Oh, Sky. Is it the same one you was talking about on the other live video? Bear with me, I'm down here. AP said you have to move forward in life, not backwards. That means AP's got his eye on someone new then. AP's got his eye on someone new. I can see your comment, Sky. Sky said yeah, it was. Guys, I'm literally stuffing my face. So Sky said yeah, it was. So it was that X. My phone is on 5%, guys. Oh my gosh. I forgot my phone was on 15% last time when I saw the notification. So I need to keep an eye on the battery. So that X, literally, Sky wants that X back. My eyes is on greatness for my life, Tanya. Amen to that. If a woman comes along, it's a big bonus, so trust. I like it. Stephen said they say a leopard never changes spots. That's very true. That is very true. I know if my ex turned up, it would be with a load of lies. Stephen, you're hitting the nail on the head. I actually resonate with that. I know exactly what you mean. It's just going to be bull crap. It's like they try and lure you in. Then it's back to the same crap. It's like, wait, you were lying to just get me back, and now it's back to the same crap. This guy said AP smart. AP said, trust me. Never have that ex mentality. It's not good. That's true. I know that he would never, try and be that person for me. But what scares me is if he was, me and Scott are similar then. If he was to become that person, I feel like my head would actually turn. I'd be like, wow, finally. Stephen said, yep. AP said exactly. See, Tanya. Yeah, I need to stick to what Stephen said. I need to remember that because I'd hate for this guy to come in the future and be like, Tanya, guess what? I want to give us a try. And I don't want to be like, oh, what do I do? Like, this is not good. Guys, I'm still here. Guy said, AP, what if you had like an ex that was really good and she was fun to hang out with and stuff, but you had no choice to break up? What you said to that AP? AP is going to always say no to that, Scott. Attican said then, you tap into her Goldilocks spot, Scott. I've had that mentality before, Tanya. It won't work. If you don't believe me, go ahead. You'll have to learn hard way. It won't go the way that I want it to anyway. He's not going to do that. He's stuck in his ways. He's going to be that person forever. There's too many good women out there to just settle with an ex. Shake my head. 5% still. Just to keep an eye on my battery life. Yeah, Scar asked Attic the same thing when they said Goldilocks thing. I was puzzled by that. Attican, I didn't reply to your message about God's blessings. You asked a question about let me see your comment. You should elaborate on the God's blessings. God's blessings is in a world like this, right? God's blessings is things that feel like miracles. It's like when you are struggling and then goodness comes along. Basically, people on the earth call it good luck, but sometimes it's actually blessings from God. Me and Sky are similar. We'll probably take back an ex, which is, well, to be honest, I wouldn't take back an ex, but if they were, if it was someone I truly wanted in the past, and they show up and they, become the person I wanted, I'd probably consider it. But because of Stephen, when Stephen said that it'd be the same lies, that's what woke me up out of it. I might not even take them back. Guys, give me a few minutes. I need to get my drink. Sky said, how can you talk to God? I don't get it. Wait, these comments. Ivy, I love Ivy. Ivy goes, Tanya, if you go back to an ex, I'm unsubscribing. To be honest with you guys, I only had one boyfriend in my life. So, the guy that I'm talking about in this video, he wasn't a boyfriend. And yeah, I would with no hesitation. No, I would with no hesitation take back my old ex. Only that one though, not any of the other. Yeah, Sky likes his ex. Sky said that's not very nice, AP. Attican said, and God's blessing sounds awesome. I personally leave God alone though. Leave it to the Lord to talk to you instead of you talking to the Lord. It just seems polite to not bother God so much. In my belief though, because obviously everyone has different beliefs, we are meant to seek him. It says seek. You have to seek God in our beliefs. You have to go to him. Asking you shall receive. So in our beliefs, we have to ask him for things, we have to seek him. Obviously there's a lot more to it than that, which if I read the whole book I wouldn't know how to answer this properly, but we have to go to him. The whole point is praying. When you pray to him, you're giving your problems to him, you can rest in him. He's your strength, so you're asking for strength. It's a relationship. You go to him, he doesn't go to you. You've got to seek him. That's how he's measuring everything. He's seeing that you're building that relationship with him. He's always there, but if you build with him, you start to get more back from him. Sorry, I've got hiccups. You start to see more of him. I can answer that more properly though. Obviously talking to God is in prayers. When you pray to him, you say, dear God. Some people say, dear Jesus. People say different things. Guys, bear with 1 moment. I'm going to go and get a drink. One second, guys. My phone is on 3%. I have to charge it in a bit. I didn't charge my phone all the way today because the whole plan was to go out and quickly go back home. And obviously I stayed out longer than I should. I can't see the comments because of the phone. It's too dark to see. 1 second. Sky said, oh, not for me then. Oh, AP said, I really value you, Tanya, but you have to let any ex know you have an abundance mindset. That's true. I only have one ex, guys. I only have one ex. But I understand what you mean. Attican said, oh, but God already gave me everything I didn't ask for. I would talk to God like you would with your mates. 1 second. Again, in my beliefs, it's completely different. When we sin, we have to ask God for forgiveness. We have to repent. So he's actually a living God. So because he's alive, we have to keep building a relationship with him. It's not like, oh, he's giving me everything. There's no ending. There's continuous growth. That's the difference between God and some of these dead-end relationships. With God, there's growth. You're not stagnant. Only one ex. What? How you? Wait. Only one ex. What? How? You better for lots. What do you mean? I grew up in a family home where it was very overprotective. No boyfriends. You had to focus on education. So I got my first proper. Obviously I talked to guys and I'd have some type of relationship with them, but it wasn't like a proper boyfriend and girlfriend thing. It was never like that. But I had my proper first boyfriend when I was in my 30s. And that was very interesting, guys. So when I was getting into a relationship, when we was heading into a relationship, the guy that I'm talking about in this video, he crops up back into my life suddenly. Suddenly, he's the first one to text me on this occasion. When you move on, it's funny how the exes always come back. Tanya comes from good stock, a good family. Well, I can't even blow a kiss. You're so sweet, AP. Thank you so much for saying that. It's really sweet. If I stuck to how I was taught growing up, I would have been okay. I'd have been single and then married. I don't believe you slept with 42+ women. How have you slept with 40? How do people sleep with so many people? There's no way. There's actually no way. I need to charge my phone. Maybe 1 second, guys. Amy's rotted. You guys are actually funny on this live. It's confirmed I didn't end it. Let me go get my charger quickly. I don't know where I can charge it in this kitchen. 1 second. Guys, I actually thought my phone battery was on 1%. I was so scared. Right, where can I charge this phone? There's never any sockets free. Guys, I'm going to ignore you for a bit because I'm going to try and figure out where to charge this phone. I feel like I should do it here. 1 second. How is it? I just plugged it in. It's saying it's charging. That's so funny. And it's not even actually plugged into any sockets. I've got Fadey's song in my head. Habibi. No, it's not called Habibi. It's called Pretty Eyes. But it says Habibi in the song. Oh, that's better. My phone's charging now, guys, so I don't need to go. That's better. I can actually see myself crystal clear because my phone screen was dark when it was when it was not charged. Hi, Rizgar287. How are you? Guys, give me a moment. I need to check my messages because there's this guy that's texting me, right? And I said to him, I'll text you after I finish eating my dinner, and obviously I'm with you guys. Give me 1 minute because he's gonna think I'm ghosting him. Hi, Ja. Is that Ja Wayne? Done a split screen just in case I lose this live video. I can't see the comments though, guys. 1 second. No, I can't see comments. Just reading messages, guys, on my actual WhatsApp. 1 second.